Good afternoon, everybody. Let's continue working on my personal site. It's been a great morning. Sipping on some coffee. Found some old sweaters again, which I couldn't fit in for quite some years. Now I can. The wonders of losing 35 kilos. Almost 35 kilos. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But let's see. We're not here talking about weight loss. We're talking about building a website. Let's also open a browser window real quick. Let's see. VS Code. Just like yesterday, let's open the documentation for Remix and documentation for Tailwind. Because we probably need to look at that quite a lot. Let's also open Figma. And have these two windows side by side. Okay, where we left off yesterday, let's quickly start development server. Little bit. Okay, localhost 3000. Okay, yesterday we set up, let's update later. We set up the navigation, the containers, and pretty much all the things we need for styling. I might actually make a little change. Maybe increase. No, 4 was just fine. I'm always struggling with spacing. Sometimes I think, oh, the spacing is just a little bit too tight. And then you increase it, and then you're like, no, now it's completely off, just like it did now. If I do 6, it just feels too big. If I do 4, it feels small, but it seems more beautiful. I don't know. Same with the text size of the... If I remove this, I think, yeah, I quite like it, but now it's just a little bit too small. And I don't know, there's no in between for this. I mean, MD-LG, it's one size up or one size down. There's nothing in between. I don't have MD.5 or LG.5. Let's see. Okay, we have the thing, and we have this. Okay, so the way I'm approaching this is that I'm not going to make a component out of everything. I mean, that's just silly. We probably should set some good defaults for the titles and for the paragraphs. Maybe create some common styles, which we can import. This will probably be in component, the newsletter sign up. We already have a component for the button, which goes to the contact page, which we haven't set up yet. We might work on some routing today, so that we have, so that we can already implement all the links, so that it goes to a page, so that we only have to compose the pages later on. Also, let me start toggle. Let's see, this was until 2. Now we are developing our own website, which we started at 2. Cool. Cool. Let's see. This might be a component. I'm not sure yet. I mean, it isn't going to be reused anywhere else. But we might just import it as a component just to get some separation and some better styles. And we might want to include this into a blog later on. I don't know. I mean, if we change this to Web3 projects, it might serve as a fun little section for a blog page. Just like these will be cards, because these cards will be reused for this. But this is a whole nother beast, because we have to figure out how we are going to bundle the Remote 101 blogs with the Dev2 blogs, with my personal blogs, which will only be published to my personal site. I wanted to make an RSS feed out of it. So I'll probably just copy over everything to Notion and not be bothered by pulling in from separate sources, because that would be, I don't know, we could probably create a GraphQL API for that, but that will be just too much work. I mean, how many blocks are there on Remote 101? Maybe 20, somewhere between 20 and 30 blocks, I guess. Maybe even less. Let's see. 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, 24. So yeah, we can copy those over. Not a problem. Maybe I will just follow a upload schedule, like first to my personal blog, then to the Mode 101, copy it over, yada yada yada. I should probably look into connecting multiple streams to the blog, but that's just a bit too much work for what I'm trying to achieve in a short time. I don't know. Maybe I have to think about it a little bit more, talk to some people on how they approach this, read some blogs, watch some YouTube. Maybe there's a very clever way of doing this, which I don't know about yet. But let's get started with the header. So we have the index where we have the main. Let's I think it will get automatically wrapped inside the, I mean, I could just do wrap it, be like this. Yep. So I built things for the web. Let's make this a section. I built things for the web. Let's copy this over. And we don't need this. And it has to be inside of a container. And this can close this one. I want this to be part of app, and now probably Tailwind is going to, yep, no such file or directory, which is fine, Let's just move this to app/styles. Yeah, I think this is about right. Let's just restart this dev server just to be sure. Experimental warning, everything works now, because that way we can just maybe we can create some textiles, because this will be the same, this will be the same, just as this will be the same, this will be the same, and we can just export textiles from styles. Maybe we will, let's just fiddle around with this a little bit. Let's call this typography.ds. Did I spell that right? I don't know, I'm dyslexic. Typography, yeah, I did spell that right. Export const title is, let's see, it's 48. Let's pick a calculator. So 48 divided by 16 is 3. So we need 3 font size. So 3 is probably 5. Okay, is 5XL. So text 5XL. Then let's import title from style/typography. I like this approach. Oh, I messed up. Yep, now it works. I was confused there for a bit. We need this. What's the HTML symbol? Ah, okay. What's this character called? HTML code. No. Symbol code table. Yep, I need this one. Or this one is also fine. I built things for the web. That is nice. I'm actually wondering if the build file will include all these styles if I do it this way. Well, we'll figure that out eventually, right? I mean, if I fuck that up, I'm not even that mad. It's pretty easy if I need to do all the constants and just type them over in class names. It's fine. Okay, so we did this. Now, does every title have roughly the same spacing? I guess I've made every title have the same spacing of 32. It's 34 there, but it's 32. So let's look up margin. $32 is to, let's see, to RAM is M8, so MB8. Right. Now let's also look at the padding, which is 128. So we have a calculator. 128 divided by 16 is 8 RAM. So we'll add a class name to this, and we will say PY because we want to work on the top and on the bottom. Which is probably the same as, so that is 32. Yep, this feels right. And now we only need to be bothered about, does Tailwind have a grid? So inside this container we'll have a grid with a gap of, what's the gap? Gaperino. Do I actually want to create a component out of that? Because we basically stick everything to the grid, right? Like this is to the grid with the same spacing. Did I follow the... Yeah, I did follow the spacing. So we have 80 pixels with a gutter of 16. So we have a... Let's just first do it in a header, and when we get to the next block, we'll see if we are going to make a component out of this. So we have grid, so... Yeah, but is that... Is grid... you're right. So if we do grid, and we have grid gap, gap, gap. So it's 16, so it's one RAM. Gap 4. So that's gap 4. And... Oh. And then we go to grid. Gap 4, grid goals 3. We have grid goals 12. Let's see what this does. This probably puts things side by side. What I expected. What else did I expect? Grid rows 2. 3 actually. But then I have to do everything on the separate line. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6. I probably have to. So this is the grid system. Now you CSS grid move element to its own row without spanning the entire row. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hoppa. Okay. Let's create paragraph. Let's cancel. Paragraph, which is text LG. I've never worked with this before, so cut me some slack, please. Why isn't this... Oh. So this is grid. We have 12 columns. And here I'm saying... One, three... What is grid flow? Okay, makes sense. Makes sense, buddy. Am I doing things? Okay, this spawns to, but actually you don't want to start it. You want to row start. Row start. Okay, so why the F is this so big? Okay, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Grid. Cool. Grid. Cool. Is this what I want? This is what I want. Oh, I'm doing it on the wrong goal spawn. 8. That's right. Same for this. And then we don't have to give the title a gap. Row gap. Do we have a row gap? Because I might want to disable the row gap. Gappity gap gap. Exactly. Only want this to have an X gap instead of a Y gap. Because that's way this all fits snugly snug snug. This is nice. Then we can say, okay. Let's say L or MD, order as call span. Full is full a thing, or do they say call span? Spawn fully, I guess, right? Call span. Spawn. Come on. Grid column start in. Where are the dogs? Oh, here are the dogs, yeah. Grid column in there. But we have call span. Okay, maybe I'll just I just say full, and then it will probably, yeah, now it will fit. Entire width. And maybe we can say that on LG it will span 8 and on MD it will call span 10. Just to give it some clearance of the right, but no, let's just make it full until we get to large. Yeah, until we get to large. That's fine. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, and we still have this button, but we don't need to worry about the navigation on mobile, because that we'll get to that eventually. We'll get to that eventually. So, does this feel right? Besides, it's too big. Why is that? Because we have a medium font where this might be regular. So we have to font medium. I'm quite annoyed that this isn't quite right. Do I have to say 7? Yeah, I have to say 7. So let's also spin this 7. Is that going to fuck things up? Nope. Nope. Yeah, it actually does. So let's make the span 8 and that other one. No! Ah, god damn it. What other? Okay, so LG span 10 and XL will span 8. 9. This is actually quite flexible. I like it. Which container did we have? Responsive. So we have XL and 2XL. So on 2XL we'll span 7. When are we getting to 2XL? So 2XL is 1536. This feels about right. And we don't have to do anything about the header as well. Okay. And then we have the bottom row for the actual newsletter sign up. So this is about right. This is all layout stuff, so this can stay on the thingy. Actually, this gives us more control over the paragraph besides the H1. We could have done it in one block, but... Could we have done it in one block? Yeah, but then we needed to have like a inner div inside. I like this better. It gives me more control over the width of the paragraph. If I actually wanted to change this text and maybe I think, okay, I want to include that word on that line, I might increase the column size by 1 just to fit in 1 or 2 more words on one line. It's just a bit more flexible, I guess. Now we get to this part, which is not entirely on grid, and we actually need to look into the docs for the newsletter sign up for review, and how we're going to handle errors and how we're going to handle success message, etc, etc. So how do I want to approach this? Do I first want to only write the UI so that we get to it, circle back to it later and implement everything? So we're going to make a component out of it which is purely only styling, and then come back to it later once we finished everything to implement the sign up, the errors, all the error messages or warning messages or success messages. And how do we want to approach that? Do we want to include it inside of the form? Do we want to have a some sort of message pop up on the bottom or the top of the side of the page that tells the user it's been successful? Do we want to update the button to make it inactive and say it's successful? Maybe apply a confetti effect once someone joins the newsletter successfully. That might seem a fun little thing to do. And then we have the hire me button, which to the side of that with a little bit of text. Now that I'm thinking of it, do I actually... I mean, all the header sections are pretty much the same, so I could... Nah, I'm not going to create a component out of this. It's tempting, but it seems a little bit overkill for what I'm trying to achieve. Let's just get started on the newsletter. Text. Habba. Okay, so I basically have to go to the foo. I need to log into my older review account. Let's just start an intermission real quick before I share any secrets that I didn't want to share. Let's see. Open one password. Come on. If I could guess my password right, that would be great. Nice. Sure. Okay, but how can I? So here it is. Copy and paste into your site. Okay, let's go back to the main screen. Shit. I just want people to enter their email address, that's all. Class optional, optional, optional. Okay, let's just see how this goes and go from up. Wrong button. Okay, let's just quickly fix this. It would be great if those companies would just... It's not assignable to type blah, blah, the HTML for... Or HTML. What did it complain about HTML? That should get rid of all the error messages. Oh sh. That's... Why is there such a big gap? That's because of this. I don't want... Why is... She says grid. Auto, the size is divided by the size of the container and on the size of content item in the row. Set size of each row depend on the largest item in a row. Smallest item in the row. Max content. Okay, is that the... That's what's it's worried about? So, which is that? That's the grid template rows. Grid template rows. Max content. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I want. Grid template rows. Can you add a max content? Did it? Nope. That works. So I might want to add that myself because I will think I will use that more often. But hey, let's not worry about that. Let's just first worry about getting this newsletter. Let's give it row start 3 cool span full, so that we get a little bit more of a. Let's see. Let's give this an MB of 4. Cool, cool, cool. Is that the same as in the design? I think. Yeah, that's right. That's right. No, it needs to be 8 because it's double the trouble. Yep. Okay, now that we have that, we can pretty much remove the last name and the first name. We don't need that. Email address. Do we want to use the label? Class name. Class name is hidden. Yep, we do want to include it, but we want to have it hidden. Form field, class name placeholder. Which was the placeholder? Enter your email address. Member email. Let's not fuck with the IDs. Let's also not. These are required, but I don't want to include them right there. And I also don't like that input. Why isn't it a button? Okay, let's not fuck around with it. Let's also search the docs for forms. Let's just see what happens if we just... Oh, shoot. Okay. That's what happens if we subscribe. Are you a robot? I'm not a robot. Confirm your subscription, yada yada yada. Okay, so it opens. Okay, that's fine, I guess. So if I open my email. Hello, email client. Oh, it's on the left. So much emails. Okay, I've got that. Your Twitch account is that. Okay, so that's that. So we're just skipping through my mail real quick. And then I can confirm subscription and it's bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so it just opens a new page. That's fine. I can live with that. It's... I would have loved to include more functionality with error messages and the whole shebang, but... I don't know. You have to start somewhere, right? We can always circle back to this later and be like, okay, this we can do better. It applies the same. Now it's not complaining anymore. Let's just style this mofo. Yeah, блядь. So, input. This is actually not that particularly hard, so we have a class name of bx8 and by is probably somewhere along the same lines. Oh, it's 13, so that was 2.5. I guess. Let me check just to be certain. I'm memorizing these values on the go now. Second day of development, but 2.5 is not. Yeah, that's 13, right? So if we open a calculator, we have 13 divided by 16, we get 8. Oh no, it actually needs to be bigger. This is probably somewhere around. So it needs to be bigger. I don't want it to be bigger. I think this is fine. Let's just... And then we have rounded MD. What's... Because it should have the same... It's the button, and that's rounded MD as well. Then we have a background of transparent, I guess. Yep, we have background of transparency of a border white. Is it cool if we do text center? I don't know. Let's see. Better. Very long email. That's very long domain. Yep. Do I like that, or do we have to include a smaller? No, it's fine. I could type a lot inside of there. This is a form group, which this is required, but do. Ah, no! Ah, god damn it. Gosh darn it. We can just grab the styles from the button, I guess. I don't later. Somebody come get her. Let's just do it a little bit dirty. And just say type class name. Subby describe, yeah. And then we say instead of this is also text based. How did you give to say heightful? Yep. Okay, I like that. Same as this one, heightful. This is the best way to do it. I don't know. I think it's better. Because this is a px of 8. And a py... That's the mistake. So, what if I make this 2.5? Both. No, we have to increase this one to 3 as well. Now they're both equal height, I guess. 60, 50. Yeah, 50. Both same height. Okay, by square we reduce them services. So right now, if I do like this, I say join newsletter. I'm beginning this. Are you a robot? No. But when I come back to this, the newsletter hasn't been updated, which is a pity. But I don't know. Let's just roll with it. Deal with it. Roll with it. Okay. So, how does this scale? Okay, maybe we want to say... Oh, I'm actually quite alright with this. Maybe we want to make the text a little bit smaller. Let's go into response. The navigation is so fucked up. Let's just do something a bit controversial. And that's as hidden SM block or something like that. Or SM flex. Now, it's still fucked up, but less fucked up. Or let's just say MD flex. Yeah, they are in there 2 times, but actually that's quite nice that I have this problem right here, because then I will remove it later and not forget about it. Okay, so this is quite the overflow. So we'll probably make it smaller. Or put it below each other. So be like flex school. Yep. And be like MD flex rope. And then we'll need to update this one. And then it can be like W full. Why exactly do you want to remove? Do I have to do that on MD, right? Yep. Cool. Now I think this is just a little bit too much. No, why is this P? Yeah, I actually have to grid rows. Yep. Better. Yep. I like that. I like that a lot. The font weight of the title isn't what it's supposed to be, I guess. So let's... What is it in... It's semi-bold. ¿Qué pasa? Is that not how you write it? It's lowercase. Let me double check that. Wait, semi-bold, all lowercase, no capitalization. That's cool. I want to increase the line height a little bit. Oh, wrong documentation. Oopsie daisy. So I believe if you go to font size, you will see what the actual line height is. 5XL has a line height of 1 and we want to increase that a bit. Bittery. Line height. So it was 1. What if we just say leading 5? Would that actually make sense? Oh no. Am I retarded? Oh, it's in rems. God damn it. Let's say Titan. Just a little bit bigger, because if I remove this, yeah, leaning tight. I like that way more. And actually, we can drop the font size a bit. Like say, this is MD. Hello, Wabri, or if I'm butchering your name, tell me in the chat. But I will call you Wabri from now on, or just Wabro, or just Vario. I don't know. Let's say text 3XL maybe for mobile. That's just too small. You know what? I might actually just leave it as is on 5XL. I'm on the fence about this. 4XL seems fine, and then we can go text base, and then we can be like text just a little bit smaller. Just a little bit smaller. Maybe add some. That's just a bit too much line height for my liking. It's okay. Okay, nice, thanks. How are you doing today? My man or my girl? I don't know. I actually called somebody a dude yesterday, which was actually a girl, so I'm I'm careful. I've learned from my mistakes. Let's say relaxed. I don't know. I think it's always very fun to do to make some design decisions just while building the front end. I mean, if I'm working on a bigger project for clients, for example, I will always ask the designers. Do some conversions with Chef and take a long time. I actually want to decrease. Okay, so this is PY32. So let's say doesn't do it PY. Let's make it 24. Still a little bit. Let's cut it in half. Find you on software dev, and that's why I'm here. Nice. Software dev, like actually on the category software dev, or did you find me somewhere else, like dev2 or another blog or one of my blogs? Oh, via the category. Nice, 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 nice. I do like this. I don't like the spacing between this. So let's make that a little bit bigger. 6. Nope. I think it's just a matter of line height. Leading, relaxed. This is the Groovebox team, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's the the Groovebox team. I like it. It's clean. Very easy to read. Oh, I don't need to remove those. Fan on that, yeah. Me too, man. I think I saw it first at Primogen, which is a shout out to the Primogen. Who is in Primogen? I think that's how you spell it. Yep, the Primogen. Okay, you spelled it a little bit different. He introduced me to the Groovebox team. We're still using North team. I know him. Yeah, he's a pretty popular developer. Great man, actually. I don't know him personally at all, but he just gives me good vibes. North team, because it's more polished. North team. An Arctic, yeah, but it's blue, right? This one. You use this one? Yeah, I'm not into bluish team. I don't know. It's just something about it that makes it. I'm dyslexic for once. I just need a bit harsh colors on Vim. Oh, we have a Vim master. I've tried Vim many times and I always failed. But I can exit Vim. I mean, I know how to exit Vim. Let's see. Does this work? Okay, so we have a smaller iPhone. We have a Pixel. We have the 12 Pro, which, oh, that's 125%. So 100% will look like this. Let's just increase that 16 to maybe 18. Oh, that's not part of the deal, I guess. 20. 20 is better. This will actually also look fairly good on this as well. Now, the only thing I don't know. Okay, so having this text below the join my newsletter makes it fairly difficult to also include the hire me button. So I might actually piss off review and just remove this line from mobile or hide it. So it's still there for screen readers. Yeah, but it's... So maybe we have to turn this around and the hire me button first and then the email newsletter. Where are you from? I'm from the Netherlands. Or Holland. Or Nederland. I'm a Dutchie. I actually live quite close to Amsterdam. I mean, quite close. 20-minute car ride. And where are you from, Babri? Let's stretch a little. Have a small break. I'm from Italy. Ah, molto bene. I don't know any Italian, so I won't. I won't butcher it. I mean, we were in a... I was in a car ride. I actually went on vacation to Italy about a couple of times. And I know a couple of... Mi chiamo Twan Kruiswijk. But this is actually quite funny because the CD. Actually, my parents play the CD because my dad, if he goes to a country, always wants to learn the basics of every language. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know. Languages are not really my thing. But the CD actually started with Mi chiamo and all that kind of stuff. It was Mi chiamo Verkerke. I will never forget. Mi chiamo Verkerke. You talk better than someone I know. Nice. And of course, fuck cool. And the little Italian hands. I don't know if Italians find it racist. So tell me, please. I'm here to get educated. I mean, I have someone from Poland. I had someone from Poland in my chat. I have someone from India in my chat. A little bit racist or a little bit. What is it? Tell me. Educate me. Racist. Seriously? Do you find it offensive? I mean, just interested. Not at all judging. Just, I don't know. I'm just curious like that. It's offensive. And why exactly? I don't know. Maybe because you're making a stereotype, I guess. I don't know. I'm here to learn. Hey, it's actually good to know someone from Italy who can teach me the ropes of their culture. What's offensive and what's not. I guess I would do the same to someone if they were in the Netherlands. I mean, I will probably learn them some swear words first. Because nobody used that. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think I actually seen someone make... That's actually not true. I've been to Italy and people make hand gestures, just not that wavy hand type gestures. But they do talk a lot with their hands. But I mean, isn't that in every culture? How do we do that in the Netherlands? I never noticed. I think it's just part of natural body language, talking with your hands. But maybe Italians do it a little bit more. I mean, I was pretty young when I went to Italy, so the most vivid memory I have is that I don't know what it was with older Italian men and younger boys. That sounds pretty wrong, but I mean it in the best way. They always, instead of, I mean, in some cultures they grab you by your cheek, but they were like this part of my chin. They were like, "Oh, you're such a nice boy." It's like I said that every Dutch is a sailor. And you're not wrong about it. No. Okay, let's see. We have this we need to include this one. Okay, let's just first add it on the desktop, because besides the newsletter, we'll have a little spawn, which will be an OR. And now it gets below there, but that doesn't, because we can flex it. Or we can actually make a grid out of this. No, let's just flex it. Let's flex it. And then we can give it a class name, and we can be like... and 2, I guess, or 2.5. 4. 4 is probably light, and we can be like line items center, because it isn't a line, because Tailwind is weird like that. Oh, but now it wants to align with this as well. Do you have a GitHub? Yes, I do have a GitHub. I don't think it's very special at all to have a look at, because most of my work was in private repositories. But it is... I will drop it in the chat if you want to have a look. It is this one. So we have this text right here. We will probably want to make this absolute. Will that fuck me over some way? I guess not. We could actually, if we go to the MD one, when it all goes on one line, we can say absolute. And that way, it is centered. Oh. And then we have or, of course. But that doesn't really matter, because we can do this. And we actually need to turn the... Okay, let's not be bothered with the mobile view for now. Let's just get this done. We have to import a button. Import button from components button. And then we'll actually have to give it a Y. You know where key. Have to give it a title, which is hire me, I guess. Yep. And we have a variant, which is secondary. Yep. Variant. That's right, because I need to import button variant and be like button variant secondary, because I've used TypeScript. And then we actually also have to give this an mx of 4. Does this seem about right? No. Let's give this an ml and mr. Just to smooth things out a little bit. Do we have a 4.5? No, we don't have a 4.5. Seems about right. No, I don't. 50, 50, 50. Everything is aligned well. Okay, cool. This is still semi-bold. We have to give this an opacity of what exactly? An opacity of 50. Opacity 50. Okay, this looks pretty good, I guess. I can't understand front-end dev. It's my nightmare. It's funny because I actually had a couple of people coming into my chat and be like, I hate front-end dev. And I'm like, okay, but I don't know. I won't say that I'm full stack. I'm definitely primarily a front-end developer, but I don't know. It's not that hard front-end development. I mean, is that a true statement? I don't know. That's the same as saying, why can't you play football? Football is easy if you've played like 1,000 hours of football. I think that's the thing. I'm so glad I'm no more. I don't know. But why? What exactly did you hate about frontend? Maybe it's just my ability to, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. If you would ask me what do you love about frontend, I don't know. It pays my fucking bills. Is that weird? I mean, it's just a passion, I guess. Design graphics. I can do it. Yeah. I think my first job was a great introduction because my boss actually forced me to work on some designs alongside him. Which I learned from a lot, which actually improved my front-end dev quite a bit. Because you get more pixel perfect-ish. I mean, I still cut some corners from time to time, especially on my personal website. I don't know. I find front-end dev relaxing from time to time, as well as infuriating from time to time. Because we will have to get to... I don't know. Is there actually anything that will give me a headache? Yeah, probably the block overview will give me a headache. But that's that's likely more because of what I have to do on the back end. Oh god, Figma. Give my Here, have a terminal, my friend. Here. I will just cover my entire screen with terminal. Is this okay? I will just ping, I don't know. What do I ping? Facebook.com. Here. Have some terminal. Okay, so how does this scale? What the fuck is this? This is small, right? Is this small? I hope this is small, otherwise I will... I've added that in navigation. Sorry, I don't want to stop it. I'm fine. Sheesh. I actually do this in MD. Oh no! Anyway, okay. What exactly am I going to do about this? Because this 7... What are the breakpoints again in Tailwind? See, this is infuriating when you're working on the front end. Those small 20 to 50 pixel regions where it's not quite yet the next breakpoint, but your whole entire design collapses. Or collapses, it just doesn't look that great. And now I have to come up with a solution. Points. I hate these things. Yeah, I get that. So actually it goes down to as minimum width to 767. Please. This is a small breakpoint. Haha. So I could be like flex row, no, flex call, and then be like MD is flex row. Haha. Oh, this actually doesn't look all that bad. If I do it this way. I was joking, this actually looks terrible. Especially like landing page wise. Why would you make this more... If I actually want people to hire me, then I should put this button on top. I mean, this is fine. You have the space and it's green, so people notice. People have laser eyes. Hello, Mr. Working Man. Hello, Dragonia. Welcome back. Thanks for following, Wabri. Really appreciate it. Now I have an Italian follower! Woohoo! Mr. Worldwide. Not Mr. Working Man, Mr. Worldwide. Okay, so we actually have this problem right here. Can we... Call reverse. Ha! Ha! Ah, this is a superpower. No, I can't rap Mr. Worldwide. I can actually... I don't know if you can say that about yourself, but I can sing a little bit. Need to go. I'll be back maybe in a few hours. I don't know. I probably be on until like 5 or something like that. But I might be online tomorrow. Otherwise, check the schedule. It was very nice having you here. Thank you again for the follow. And I will see you. Let's say that this is hidden until shown on... Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Cool, 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 cool. Are you actually co-working right now, Dragonia, or are you just hanging out? Ah, cool. What are you working on? Okay, so right now we have this, and if we make this, oh, we need to make this smaller. This will go. We need to make this with. Why isn't this full? Because the flexbox is full. Ah, the review embed isn't full. Ah, again opening terminal. Or is that because of the flex? Messing around with the bytecode, C# sketchcommando. Sheesh. That's some pretty smart stuff. It's also great to see how we are all programming. CSS is not really the okay. CSS is. Let's not get into that debate of CSS programming. It's just the point I was trying to make is I don't know. I always find it incredibly interesting. See, everybody programs, at least in this chat, but everybody's doing something else. I mean, Babri, who was just in chat, is a backend developer, if I'm not mistaken. You work on some C# stuff. If you ever want to see some stuff I do, I can show you some stuff. Yeah, I'm actually quite interested. I mean, I probably won't understand a single fucking line of code of it. I actually went through your blog, and while it was really interesting, I didn't understand shit. I mean, I read the words, so... when you read that kind of stuff, you're like, yeah, interesting, yeah. And then at the end of the blog post, I was, yeah, but I still don't quite get it. And that is absolutely no offense meant or whatsoever, but it's just not my field, my type of work. I don't know. I've never ever been in contact with that kind of code, I guess. Been in contact, is that the right word? Never touched that side of coding. Yeah, I know some of the words, but yeah, sorry, the news that's totally normal. You don't know. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the problem we are trying to solve right now is that for some effing reason, this doesn't want to. Oh, because it's centered. Okay, back to this route. Then we can do item centered, and now it will probably stretch. Yes. I'm a genius. No, I'm actually retarded. Okay. And that means that we can give this button a little tickle, I guess. Or will we add that to the newsletter? Or will we add it into a separate div? I mean, I don't have to do that at all, because if I'm not mistaken, you have something called a spacing thingy. It wasn't... I probably used it somewhere else, right? Nope. Didn't I? Space X, space between. There was something in Tailwind where you could define like the X. I've used it in navigation, I'm pretty sure. Yada yada yada. Yeah, space. Space. Okay, it's just called space. So, in that case, we have here, and then we have the row information. And then you can say like space Y is like 4. And then we can... On medium screens, we do space Y is 0. Which will probably... Hey, ¿qué pasa? Why you no work? Qu'est-ce que c'est? No, oh, it is actually space X margin. Space Y. Yeah. Is that because something isn't like... Terminal still running? So why isn't this space thing working? What does space do? Utilizes utilities for controlling the space between child elements. Okay. Adding vertical space. Control the vertical space between elements using the space Y amount utility. That's exactly what I'm doing. Is there some sort of limitations? These utilities are just a shortcut and march to all first item in the group and are designed to handle complex case like grids layout or the wrapped or situation when the channel. Okay, but this actually isn't inside of a grid. Already complete custom order. Rather than a national DOM order. Okay, so use the gap utility when possible, but I don't want to use the gap utility. Okay, then we cannot use this one because probably it's complaining because we did the column reverse. We just reversed the shit out of it. In that case, I might want to update the... Do I want to give this some sort of margin thingy, or do I just wrap it in a div and be done with it? I will probably just wrap it in a div and be done with it. So that probably means that on it will be MB like 4, and then it will be MB like 0. We wrap this, we use Emmet, which is awesome. We can do this, but then I have prettier, so when I save, everything is formatted well. And look at that, it's not... then we can do W full, and then it's not, and then... Then we can flex, I guess. Items stretch. And now it's complaining. Item centered. Why is that exactly? This always confuses me. Why is it? So let's not use flex and see why exactly it's. I don't want to. I just want to inspect an element. Okay, so it has the full width. Okay, so if I don't do this, it will be this width, but then it's just. Okay, what if I just do it the other way around, like the MT4? Just to see what happens. This saves me a lot of headaches. And it actually makes a little bit more sense to have it here rather than on the button. And we can still use the ore. We just swap it around. Oh, that's great. Okay, so it's like there. We can still... Windows. I wish I just could use my Mac, but I can't stream from my Mac. So can we use text align center? Yep, we can use text align center. Center. Yep. ML5. Let's say that this is from MD on. MD on. Okay, and then we can say BY. Let's give it some padding. Or no, it only needs an MT of 4. And then on MD it needs an MT of 0. And now it works. Yep. Yep. Cool. Wow, look at that. Wow. We have a header. Wow. Whoop. Okay, cool. What do we want to do? Do we want to do some... Let's test this again. Ah, no. So if you do this, you will get to this, and you can say, I'm not a robot. You have to select all the boats, and then you are there. I guess that's about it. I mean, the only thing I find kind of annoying is that it just doesn't throw any kind of success or error messages. But then again, it opens in a separate browser window. You walk through the whole process, and then you're going back to the site. You didn't forget that you signed up for the newsletter, I guess. It just doesn't give you any feedback. Yeah, I'm not going to be bothered about it. If that actually turns out to be a problem in the future, I can always ditch review or come up with my own solution for subscribing someone to review. Review. I don't know how it's actually pronounced, but I don't know. Do I leave it here? Yeah, I will leave it as is. Okay, so now I'm kind of annoyed by this. Why? Okay, then let's just... Okay, LG correspond 9, XL correspond this, 2XL correspond 6. So let's say LG correspond 10. That's not right. Why are you not... ¿Qué pasa? So you're currently on correspond 8. Am I retarded? I am retarded. Why don't I just give this the full space if I always want to have it on one line? I am retarded. That's just looking at the Figma design and typing something over like, oh, that should be 8 columns because it has 8 columns. Not thinking a step further, be like, Okay, but at any time... Man, all that CSS for one thing. I'm really bad at CSS. There is probably an easier way to do this, but I'm dabbling with CSS grid and all that kind of things. So, yeah, I don't know. Is it really that difficult though? Like, you could probably build this with Flexbox, but I'm using grid because this design is on a grid, which will make it more easy for me to align things later on. I don't know. Let me see. What's it? Okay, so this is just padding. Maybe it seems difficult-ish because I use Tailwind and you just write a bunch of classes instead of just like, I don't know, CSS. But what I just encountered is a typical CSS error. You look at the design, you think, oh, the CSS should be whoop. And then you circle back to it later and be like, why is this header not functioning the way I want to? And then you're like, I'm such an idiot. That header needs to be like full width all the time if I want to have it on the same line as much as possible. Why should I contain it in like 8 columns? Just because it ends here on column 8 or column 7? But hey, we just finished this header block or this section. So let's move on to the second one. What are we going to do with this one? Are we going to do this in a component? How would I call this component? If I was to break this out of the page and see it as only, it's probably some sort of list. Where these are the list items and this is just an intro. Let's just come up with some. So it's a list. It has list items. Featured list. And then featured list items. I might actually like this. Yeah, I like this. Featured list. Let's create a component. Featured. Internet cut out for a bit, so I did not hear what you said about CSS. Okay. Pretty much what I said about CSS is that it might look a bit more difficult now because I use Tailwind, so you write a lot of classes. But actually, if I was to write it down just as plain old CSS, it might be a little simpler. And yeah, I'm forcing myself, or forcing is a big word, but I decided to use grid for this one, which is a new spec, which is a little bit more difficult. But once you spend like a couple of hours on it, you're like, okay, grid this, grid that. I used Bootstrap 5 recently. I haven't used Bootstrap like since Bootstrap, the introduction of Bootstrap 4. I don't know. I see the value in using Bootstrap, like I really do. But I haven't had a reason to use it. But why exactly do you hate CSS? Is it because of the 1000 hours rule? Because I think I don't mind CSS at all because I already spent like 1000 hours writing CSS. So I'm alright. I have encountered most of the iffy stuff in many projects. I mean, I've written games in CSS, so I got some experience. I barely use it and never works the way I want. Yeah, exactly. So that's probably the 1000 hour rules. If I turn that around, I probably, if you force me to write C# or any C language, I would be like, I hate this! Mom, help, please come pick me up, I'm scared. But once I spend 1000 hours on it, I'm like, okay, alright, I might want to learn a new concept. I'm cool with this one. With this language. It's all about having a use case. I mean, if you don't have to write that much CSS and can get away with using Bootstrap, do it that way. Do anything that gets you to your goal faster. Without breaking the law, I guess. Booster is pretty neat for quickly writing a functional form page. Yeah, exactly. DBNJY. I just started learning HTML, CSS a couple of weeks ago with a view to career change. Nice. I think that's a pretty good career. This is scary looking. Ah, don't be scared at all. Don't be scared at all. This, for starters, you can pretty much do the same thing as this in just plain HTML, CSS. Then Twan, why aren't you doing this? Because I'm special. Because I'm a dense motherfucker. But don't be discouraged by this. Probably, okay. Controversial take. If you spend a couple of months learning HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, I mean, you don't even have to, yeah, maybe a little bit of JavaScript. You can do this without a shadow of a doubt. Couple of months, my man. Okay, you probably have to spend full time on it, but you will at least understand what I'm doing right here. And I'm using some... Am I using any complex things? This is quite tricky. So, okay, let me ask you this, my man. What's so scary looking about it? Is it like this part? Like all these weird, strange imports with the scribbly lines? Or is it more the sections and the HTML with all the class names and this weird looking thing with the dollar sign? Or maybe I scared my dude away and he's no longer hanging out in chat, but... like, he came into the stream, he was like, I want to do some front-end dev. Look at the guys, like, ah! Fuck no. I'm out of here. Oh, he's still here. Nice. Now, to be honest, I understand what's there already. Ah, cool. See? It's not that scary. But I actually need to move on to the featured list. Just drop your things in chat. I will get to it. But now I will write a couple more lines. I don't know. I just love talking to chat. Let's just make this featured list. Let's export default function featured list. Return. A featured list will always be a section. I mean, wherever I place it, it will always be a section because it will take up the entire width. Or no, I can't say that because it might be part of another section. Can be a section in section. What was the take on sections within sections again? HTML section within a I think it's alright, but is it valid to have a section tag inside the knife? Yes! Okay. That's like my research. Understanding is not the issue for me, but the details of implementing something like this. I will probably need a lot of time and effort for it. Yeah. Yeah, probably. I guess if it's not something you do that often, it will take more time. If I look at how yesterday went, I mean, I was out of front-end dev for a long time, especially just CSS stuff and making landing pages. I was out of for a long time since my sabbatical, but it comes back pretty quickly, and especially if you use Tailwind, the documentation is so good. It actually gives some tips on what to do and what not to do. So it might be a little bit easier if you go the Tailwind route instead of CSS route. And it's just learning tips and tricks. But yeah, if you never write CSS, it's hard anyways. I mean, I'm a big believer in the 1,000-hour rule. I mean, the only thing while I'm smooth sailing is because just like this something as insignificant as this little header issue where this text was fucking with me in the way that I actually wanted a higher button below this, and the structure of the HTML is a bit different where the newsletter is actually on top in the hierarchy. I've had this problem 1,000 times before. Just use flags, do column reverse, and everything changed and is in the right place. So let's see, section within a section. We can actually go into the type, into the root of this. That's not the right. Oh, it's the index, which I'm. Okay, let's do this. Let's give this. I mean, we can do pretty much. Read this, right? Then inside here, we'll just import featured list. And we can be like featured list. Which we probably give it title and a. Or do we give it children? Oh, I haven't thought about this if I'm going to make this a component. I was too lazy to make my little form page fluid flag, so I open sourced it, and some web guy who got annoyed by it just fixed it for me. That's the way to go. I don't know. I haven't been involved in that much open source work. Probably when I get annoyed by something, there will be someone like, oh, this sucks, I'm out of here. Where for you it's just, oh, that sucks, I will fix it. So let's see. This will probably have a title. So this will be the title. This will be like some text. I don't know how I'm going to approach the bold text yet, but hey, we'll figure that out together. Title, let's say description. And we probably have a list title, which is featured projects. And then we'll probably have an array of projects, which will be an array of which has a title and a link. Yep. So this is actually the title. And for this I need to have this little small thingy. What is... Can I just... come on. Come on. Keyboard. Well, the page looks pretty clean now, but I bet the code is a horror to any actual web dev. I mean, most of my previous projects are a horror for me to look at as well. So, I guess that doesn't matter at all. As long as it works, does the job, and is... I mean, as long as it's performant at least. Okay, so we go in here. Let's just first define the featured, let's just call this props. What I say, we have a title, which will be a string. We have a description, which will be a string. We have a list title, string, and we have projects, which will be an project. This has a logo URL, which is a string. It will have a title, which is a string. It will have a description, which is a string, and it will have a link URL, which is optional, which will be a string as well. And then we can say here, project. Okay, so title, description, list, title, projects. stops. See? Oh no! Shit. Now we have title and title. This is probably not really a good... Okay, just a second. Quick toilet break and a coffee refill. I will be back in like, I don't know, as quickly as possible. Guess who's back? Back again. Bunny's back. Girlfriend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Yeah. Okay. So we actually have to change that. Now let's call that a heading. Heading 1. H1 maybe. I can call that an H1. Yeah, let's just call it an H1. Let's just go to typography. Change this to H1. No. Let's change it to heading 1. I find that a little bit more. Heading 1. Heading 1. Yeah, of course, root is now going to be pissed. Which is not root, but it's... Which is not that, but it's index. This, so this is pissed. Now nothing is pissed. Okay. We actually have a featured list which we're going to place in a container. Which doesn't need to be part of the featured list. Okay. Let's say title. Okay, cool. And then here we can say description. Okay. So, and then we have a list and we have a list title. But let's first create the little box shadowy thingy and the offset. So, class name. Name is shadow. Primary. Yes. And then it has a little 27. Dus let's make this 32. So let's give this a P. A PP. It has a different PP on the horizontal and a different PP on the vertical. So let's give this PP I'm such a child. I get a little bit autistic when I'm coding sometimes. I mean, I think we all get a little bit autistic when we do that. When we code. I tend to talk to myself, which might be a reason why I started streaming. That way I'm not retarded, I'm just talking to the people in my chat. 50. 50 divided by 16 is 3.125. Pairing. 3.125, eh? Shit, I have an Italian in my chat now, I can't use accents anymore. Ah! 12. This works. This works. Okay, and we have this little gear icon, which also looks quite nice. We still have to give this a rounded MD, I guess. Or did I use something else? No. Oh, I used 8. Oh no. Oh no. What's the border radius for 8? It probably is LG. Yeah, it is LG because it's an onboard 5 REM, and which is half of 16. Half of 16 is 8 pixels. So we will use LG. Rounded. Actually, I might revert this back to 6 pixels because every rounded corner is 6 pixels, so it doesn't make any sense for this not to be that. Let's also change the padding to padding bottom of 12 because we will give this a minus padding of, I guess, somewhere between 4 and 8. MT8. Hey, doesn't this work? Why exactly? Most of the time if you give a minus. Do I have to make it absolute? Oh, but that would suck. Because then the paragraph will be below the text. And that's not what we want. Shit. How am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? I was pretty sure that a minus margin would work, but now I have to use absolute positioning, which I don't want to do because that fucks with the entire flow of everything. I could also not give the section a background, but use a separate div to use as a background. Set it to 100% and then give it a little bit padding to the top. That's exactly what I'm going to do. That makes more sense. Yes, it cost me an extra div, but I think it will make sense to do it this way. Because then I can give this in position absolute. Say absolute. And be like way full, half full. And then I can be like, what exactly are the the properties for absolute? Beepity boppity boop. Top right, bottom left. That's exactly what I'm. Inset a 0. Then I have to make this one relative. Now it's contained. And I still have to... I have to remove this and move that to there. Oh my god. I am a freaking genius. But now I don't understand why this entire... Okay, since this is a Okay, since the padding is okay. But the paragraph doesn't need anything at the moment. Let's also remove... Let's not remove that. Let's just make it smaller. Let's just go to a smaller column faster. Let's say LG6 or 5. Let's just do 6. Ah, but that sucks because now it's not a grid. Okay. See, I might actually want to... Or I won't be such... I can also put it on the entire section. Do I want to put it on the entire section? Would that... I mean, you can have multiple rows. Each row can have its own thing. You can also have a grid inside of a grid, right? But it makes sense because I want... Okay, let's see what this will bring us. But now it has... I don't want to have the padding on this because this fucks with the... Okay. These problems are tricky to solve. Because how will it bite me in the ass if I do it a particular way? If I move the padding to like an inner content div, the grid will probably... Okay, let's try that. Let's do this. Let's remove this. Let's create a div with a class name, which serves as some sort of inner content thingy. Now, the H1 and the P are no longer direct childs, and that's probably a problem. Yep, that's a problem, because now it's not longer part of grid. Like, this is alright, but... Let me see, and let me think. We could also use margin for this, but it will probably also offset the grid. So we might actually want to offload the padding to the individual things. But then again, why should I use grid for this? Because it's already like at a slight offset. But it does make sense because it ends in this column. Maybe I'm just over optimizing something right now, which I shouldn't do. And on the other hand, it is quite nice to have. Okay, let's just see this as an individual grid and this as an individual grid. I think that's the way to go. Or let's just remove the padding for altogether for now. Why are you complaining? Because of this. So now we have this. Everything is on a grid. We can maybe give the grid a slight offset. So now this... Nope. I already know what I'm going to do. This is going to be its own div. I don't know if this actually will stick. I'm just experimenting. You know, that's... That way I will probably get to a solution which is better than just think, oh, maybe I should this and just try it. Just try a couple of things out. Because what I want to prevent, so the goal I'm having is to not screw this grid over. That probably means that, okay, so if I place a padding here, this will get fucked up. What happens if I do an emulate? So like, give it a margin. Then I will screw everything up, so that's not a solution. Ah, ¿qué pasa? My brain. My brain, it's broken. So padding moves everything. So what I can do is give the things inside of this a small padding. Because I already know that I have to like... okay, for instance, let's first work on the title. Okay, so this has a PT of like 6 or 12. Empty. Oh, that's actually 6. Why is this shadow covering my text? Probably because this has to be in Z1 or Z10. Yep. Ah. What? Okay. So let's go to this one. It has a margin top of 1 rem. 1.5 rem. Okay, so it needs a margin top of 1.375. Is that actually in the spec? 1.375. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. So we probably have to define that ourselves, which is cool. How do you do that again? Where is the... It's so specific that I guess it's okay. Did that work? 22 pixels. Yep. That's right. Okay. Now we still have the margin issue, but we do have this the way we want to. So we probably want to give this... Do we want to give both rows? Actually, since this is longer and this is a pretty short title, we might be better off just wrapping this into one content div. I guess. Let's just, again, let's just try it out, see if we like it, and don't be Digby about it. Let's be open-minded. Let's try it, because it might actually solve our problem. okay. And then we can say something like PL, I don't know, 8. Just to get it off the thingy a bit. Okay, now the set index is not... Okay, so the grid stays the way I want it. That's great. Because now we don't squeeze the grid with the padding. Now I actually have to say... So this is relative. Give this the set index. Ah, ¿qué pasa? Why doesn't... Okay, give that the set index. That's middle. This was actually 27, so we used 8 because that's 32. That's like 32, right? I always forget. Is 416 and 832, or is it... no, not scroll margin, just margin. 8, 8, 8, 8. 8 is 2. Yep. 8 is 2, 4 is 1. Then 12 is 3, I guess. Right? Yeah, 12 is 3. Okay, so I guess this is what we want, but instead of using PL, let's use PX. This way we have the padding on both the left and the right side. So how does this look on mobile? What I built? It looks a little bit wacky. Let's say that PX is 4. And then once we get to medium devices, yeah, that looks great. That looks great. I actually want to decrease the padding on mobile for the headings. So let's say MD, MB4, MB6. Just a bit more, not too much. Okay, cool. So 5 also looks neat. Does this look neat though? Isn't it a little bit too close to the edge? Maybe this to 6, but then it goes to a separate line. Ah! Or maybe we don't use... Fuck it. Let's stick with it. Maybe do a revision once it's done. Okay. So this is actually the background. Then we have this. Where did it end? Landing pages. So it needs to be a bit bigger. Then that doesn't make sense because it has to be 8 if we're looking at the design. But that's probably because this container is different from this container. Because how big is this container? Yeah, exactly. Okay. So let's just do it by feels, by feeling. Or I can just alter the container. No, let's just do it by feeling. I think that's better. Doesn't have to be pixel perfect. It's just my personal side. No need for furthermore configuration and all that kind of nonsense. Just go with the flow. Okay, so we have a grid, and now we get to this greedy part, which will be an H3. This is actually an H2. And this is an H3, which will be the list title. Build error, expected closing H1. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Jedi. Okay, then we have a smaller, so we'll probably need to include another typography like export const. I mean, all these headings are the same, right? So let's just call this, again, I'm going to change it change it. So we have 10. This one. This is like 24 semi-bold. This is better be looking at this one. This is 18, but I might want to up it to 24. Do I want to keep it an 18? Let's just call it a subheader. If anyone else has a better name for this, let me know. Let's copy the contents of this. I know. Because now we're complaining that this isn't H1, but it's in heading. Now we also have to do it in this one. And do it like this, and do it like this. And now everything is alright again. Featured projects. Si, senor. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it because now we have to set same padding. Not really that, because if I change the padding for this, then this padding won't update, and that's... Is it really that big of a deal, Twan? Let's create a grid. Let's also grab this. Nope. I want to open this one. Why are you this tiny? Because we're missing the whole coal spawn full. Yeah, exactly. And then we don't need this, and we don't need that, and we don't need row start, because it's... I guess we also don't need to row start here, because it's already out of rows. I don't know. Am I being a dick by finding... Why? That's what she said. Oh, I like that. That would be emotional damage. Last name. Do I want to give this an empty 4, or do I want to give the whole grid an empty, like... Yeah, I probably want to do that. Then I can give this a class name of subheading. Subheader. Which we probably... Okay, so it's automatic. That's too big. That... Damn, boy! He's thick, boy! Or he's thick, boy. Okay, we need 24. Then we go to calculator because I'm lazy and I don't want to calculate it from the top of my head. That's 1.5, so that is 6. But that doesn't work in a metric system for the font size. So we need 1.5, which is 2XL. So probably XL and 2XL. Right? Reading. Chorus, get to the chorus. Do I want to include the margins inside of here? I probably want to. It's everywhere will be the same, so I can always move that to a different I can move those. Okay, so what I can do is I can move those margin bottoms into the files. But then again, if I look at my Figma design, it's always the same margin. So the only thing this will achieve is premature optimization. So we don't want to do it. It's easy. I can just do a project-wide search for heading and add some margin classes to it if it ever changes. Sheesh. Five viewers. Hello, everyone. Hello there. General Kenobi. And we're back to 1 viewer for being such weird ass. I don't know. I changed into a pumpkin when in code. My whole personality changes. Let's see. What did we want to do? We were changing this to a different font size. Now it's like H3 has a font size of what exactly? Font size 1. Yeah, and the margin between is 40. So 40 pixels. So we have like calculator. We have like 40. We have like this 2.5. I knew that, but I still wanted to make sure that I'm right. Then we go to margin, and it will probably be 2.5 is like 10. Okay. So we go to the featured list. We go to. Are we going to add it as margin top? Yep. We're going to add it as margin top. So we have featured. Is this 10? Yeah. This is 10, but 43. Let me. I think I'm going to give this a margin top of 12. Just some. Just it's a bit more. Yep. 12 is better. Okay, and then we have to loop over. Okay, how does this look? Mobile. This we get featured projects, which is quite nice, and biggish also looks nice. Okay, so now we get to the projects part. And we probably have to... Okay, so in the root we can get... Again, it's not the root, it's index route. So let's do const featured projects is an array of objects which have a logo, URL, a title, a description, and a link URL. We can actually have a quick look at what logo, title, description, link URL. Okay, so let's just export these logos. Do I want to export them as SVGs or PNGs? Let's just do them as 2 times PNGs. I'm okay with that. I mean, it would be nice to have them as SVGs, but this one is a PNG already, so let's not bother. Okay, let's move these to my desktop. Let's change this to duidelijk, which is a Dutch word, so if you don't recognize it, that's the reason why. And we have Senior Wooly, which is the biggest project I've ever been a part of. Let's create a new folder. Projects. Move it to there. Remove it from here. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, how we... Come on. Four KB, 5 KB, 3 KB. Okay, so don't have to optimize them any further. So let's say that this logo is project slash senior fully.png title senior. Let's just copy and paste it from here to get the actual right text formatting. These scribbly lines. And now we are getting into the weird stuff where I want to include line breaks and actually include a link and am I going to be bothered about it right now? I guess not. Let's just do this as one string for now. HTTPS. Does it work? That does work. Oh no, is it down? This should have kept me as the lead developer. I could have prevented this from happening. Oh well. Get wrecked, I guess. Okay, then we have like upper plant. Do it like this. Oh no. Oh. Getting a call. Just a second. I will be right back. Just need to make this call. Oh, my mic was off. Oh no. I'm sorry. My mic was off. Damn call. Okay, that works. So now we could include like... Yeah, I got a call from my neighbor and he was like, oh, sorry. I called you by mistake. I don't know. Not want to spill the private conversations on stream. So I guess that we can now work like const render projects is like projects.map b. Let's just return a p with the title, which is speed. Let's just do p. Okay, I'm getting mad. P dot title, and then we can just do something like, I don't know, this. Boop. P title, P title, P title. Am I retarded? Yes, because I didn't use this. Woohoo! And also TypeScript isn't mad, so my types are working. I'm learning TypeScript! Mom! Dad! Be proud of me! Okay, so instead of rendering it like this, let's create a new component. Featured list item.tsx. Export default function. Featured list item. Return. Okay, so we already know it will probably a div. Maybe it will be a section, or maybe even better, it will probably be an article. Because if you look at this section, and these are three small articles. I mean, they contain some information, they contain a logo, a title, a small article, and a link to the actual project. So yeah, it's probably an article. Then again, yeah, it will probably always, because it's a list, it will always contain articles like this. So I don't see why I have to make any logic to make, I don't know. Does it ever? No, it will always be an article. It will always be an article. So let's see. We can probably export this type. Import type project from actually does it? Yeah, this does work. And then we can be like this, and we can be like this, and we can be like title, or like, what was it again? Let's just do this. Whoop. Whoop. It's probably way easier way to do this. Okay, and why exactly doesn't this want to? Because I'm missing the commas. Because I'm stupid. And then I can be like project. And now it's not complaining anymore. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, let's see. We will have. Let's just wrap this in a return. Make it a bit nicer to read. Then we know that this will probably have an image, which will be the logo URL, and then this will be the title. Then we have a separate section, which will probably be a div, so this will be flex. And then we have the an article can start with an H1. I know that for a fact. So then we can say title, B, which includes the description. Does an article have a main? Maximal. Article can have an article. Can even have a footer. Okay, cool. So this is then a section. And that section. And it will have a footer, which will be like a link to the link URL, which will say project with an icon, which we will add later. Okay, this then whoop. Woohoo! It looks like shit, but it does work. Okay. Okay. All this water. We have to go to the toilet again, Tom. Yep. I have. Oh, let's name. Sorry. And then we actually want to make these all similar widths, right? Let's say they will all get a width 100. Okay, this looks like shit. Why does it look like shit? No, I don't want to open the fucking command prompt every time. Okay, maybe better. I can wrap this into a div. Make like this. My class is Y2M2.D10. Still, it's class name. It's really small. What's this like? Wait. 60. It's like 64. Oh. This is about right. Yes. Okay. Be right back. Quick toilet break. Yoo-hoo. I'm back. I hope this code is readable for everyone. I think so. I didn't receive any complaints. Okay. I don't get it. If I say that this div needs to be like 64. Why you so small? Why you so huge? Oh, now we get into this fucking flexbox issue again. What you say, grid? Yeah, but I should probably just leave flex. Okay, that was exactly the issue. Cover. Then we are giving it a little bit of a margin top. 60 pixels. Then we are going to create a... Okay, we're back on track. Just a little hiccup. No, I can just do that inside of here. Let's just say class name is what did we design this to be? 18, so that is... I just did a mini. Oh, do I want to open this? Why you so small? Why you so small? Why you so small? I love how it keeps looping. Nice. Uh, oh, heerlijk. That's. I could have expected that to happen sooner rather than later. I just say the most weird things while I'm coding. Text. Me too. Yeah, me too. I don't know. It's just part of the sort of humor we both share. Let's just keep this going. Shall we? Okay, so this is semi-bold 18 with not that much of a margin. Now let's start these articles. So these articles of flex, they have a little margin inside of them, which is probably like, not what I want, 25 and 25 and 20. 20? Padding. So like 25 is like 32 is 2, so it's one below that. What am I doing? So it's probably like px. Like, let's just use it in all-round padding, and let's give it a border, and let's give it a rounded of empty, and in this one let's give this a div which we this works. Oh, that's great. Shice. Can we give the border an opacity? Because I'm not a border color. Yep, this needs to be. Oh. Border opacity? Huh? Ah. So then we can say border white dash. Border white dash 50. 35. 25. Cool. And I know, I think. How does this look? Ah! Now I have to open all the documentation again. Fuck me. Don't clip that. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so we have this, then we have this, then we still need to have the footer with the view project. Why am I? Okay, so we have the view project. We can give it a class name, which I probably make like MT8, I guess. It's also, it's a bit nicer. This looks nice. This looks great. How are we going to show this on mobile? I think we're going to stack this on top of each other. I'm actually losing a bit of my concentration. I've been at it for a couple of hours now. How long? Yeah, almost 3 hours. Should probably have a little break. What can we do in a break? I don't know. It has been a while since I've played this. Woo! I'm a snake. Just a go away. What? Play again. Give me 5 minutes to pa. Just a snake. Minding his own business. Ah. Ooh. It's growing! Come here. Come here, little fuck. Oh shit. Food. Oop. I've forgotten how fun this game can be. Also how frustrating from time to time. If I'm getting absolutely destroyed by that tiny snake, I'm going to be pissed. My snake food. Probably this will be my breaks from now on, just like old HTML browser games. Just to get my mind. Whoa, that's a giant white snake. This game is also very relaxing. When you don't get chased by 50 snakes. One bigger than the other. Nom nom. Exciting content. The most exciting stream on Twitch. Let's see if we can fuck this one over. Let's see if we can eat somebody. No! No, my grain froze! What? No! Rip. Rip, snaky boy. Okay. That was a little breaky break. I think I took like 2 minutes there, but oh well. So we actually need to fix a couple of things. We need to be able to format the text with break lines and some links etc. So what are we going to use for that? We can actually, is there a thing where I can just paste in some JSX? I think I can use that in an object. JSX elements, some React nodes. That way I can just pass it as children. Or maybe I can... Yeah. Let's not use the description for that. Let's say... Okay. I know how I'm going to approach this. Just bear with me for just a second. I need this one. This one can go. I need this one. So I can say like children React node. But this is something I want to do because now it can't come from the object. I need to actually... Yeah, it comes from array. So React node is... There, I know. I think we can do this. I just don't know how we go about this. Beepity boopity. I could also use Markdown while I'm thinking of it. Or I can just not be a bitch about it. All the decisions you have to make. Sheesh. I could make it a template string. What was my what was my plan with the text? I wrote an article about the front which you can read here. Okay, so actually the only thing I need is line breaks. And then this one... Okay, let's just leave a comment right here. Let's rewrite this to not include the article. Otherwise, I will just be spending a lot of time optimizing it so I can include a link in here. But I guess if I turn this into a template string inside of the object, so I have to go to index and be like description, or I can just do like let's make this bigger, wrote, so I can just do a new line in here, I guess. Why isn't it? Oh, I have to write some CSS to... Oh, what was it again? You can do like line break. Or was it word break? Because if I'm not mistaken, there should be a line break inside of here right now, right? Actually, the thing I thought would be the easiest is giving me couple of headaches. Probably use CSS new line. White space. That's it. That's the one that's the one I was looking for. White space. White space. White space. Class name. White space. Okay, that doesn't work. Why not? Pre-line. Am I retarded? One of these values should... Do I need to include double new lines? That would be kind of fucked. Okay, I am going to Google this. React string new line. I'm probably just being stupid. This project. Oh yeah, and then actually I think we use this trick for Senior Wooly as well. So then we go to, we can do something like const text is like description. I can probably just use this and use like description, and then like fuck this. And now it works. Cool. And then we can do something like not less of type. Which are called pseudo selectors. Do they support not? Nope. That's the type. Let's see. Okay, that actually doesn't work. Well, I guess we can give it all a margin bottom of 8. I don't know. Okay, that's just a little too big for my liking. 6. 6. Okay, fuck off. Okay, now we have an article with a section which is and this. Okay, so now this only needs like margin 2. Okay, we did that. Then we know that this is 10 and I closed the tailwind documentation. I'm not getting aggressive, I'm just getting a little tired. Which is text XS. And we also need a like target is blank and non-rel no follow, I guess. What was it again? Blank link no follow. Yeah. Yes. Rel no opener, no refer, no follow. That's it. Better. Because then everything will be on top without setting any strange. Okay, cool. What do you guys think? Should we increase the... I'm asking this to myself actually. We should give the header a little bit of a margin bottom, in my opinion. Yeah, way better. And the logo needs to be like 8. Can be offset. Nah, 6. Let's meet each other in the middle. Does it look good? Does this look good? It does look good. Okay, then all we need to do is include Rooney a icon. My brain, Jesus. We can just use this as we can export this as an SVG. Just move it into here. Then we can do this, and then we can be like SVG. Flex, and then we can do SVG spawn because that's how the Tailwind team does that. And then we can last name is like MR2, I guess. MR2.5. Width is 12. Why is it complaining about? Oh, because I forgot to close this. Okay, and this is semi-bold. Semi-bold. And items center. Cool. I'm actually quite interested in why Sayuri is offline. It's not my project anymore, but it hurts. I don't know. Did they block my IP? That would be kind of weird. But... No, they are actually just plain down. Bad gateway. Nice. Oh well. I actually think that this container is just a little bit too wide for my taste. Feel me? Might want to like one container. I don't know. We can play around with it later. We don't have to take care of it now. But I just don't like how it looks on bigger screens. I mean, once it's like half of a screen, I like it. But once we get bigger, I don't know. This text just becomes unreadable. Maybe I have to give the text a max width. Or maybe move this into a container and... This is also a bit too wide. For some reason my brain hurts. Oh no. Oh well. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Let's just go with the flow. Not optimize things too quickly. We can always circle back to them later. I thought I would be way faster today. Look what we've got done. Almost nothing. Just this part of the page. Oh well, we did the newsletter, I guess. And we also could do this, and we also could do this if we do have time. But am I motivated enough to do that right now? I don't know. Let's first go to the root and create I mean the index, which is not the index, but it's actually the index route. We have this container section py. MB, like how much was this? Okay, cool. Or I might want to give it a margin top. This is actually too close together. Let's just roll with it. Fix all the paddings later. Let's first fix the actually the responsibility of this block, because oh, and I forgot to commit each section. Rip. Okay, but first things first. Let's say flex call and then MD flex row. See. ML8, that is MD ML8. I think this looks pretty clean. The only thing is that Everblend doesn't have a title, but oh, freaking well. Maybe we can even make the image a little bit bigger on mobile. So let's see, MD is this, and then we do icon with 32 on mobile. That's too much. Nope, we'll stick to 24. Or 28. Did make more sense though. Especially for duidelijk. And then give it a little bit more. Yeah. That's exactly how I want to have it. And for the sake of this Vue project on mobile being way too small, I don't know. Do I like how small it is on? Nope, I want to increase it on desktop as well. Things just look a little bit different in Figma when you actually see it in context. Vue project, which is this one. Let's change that to SM instead of X small. I don't know. I do like the... Now everything is so... Yeah, no, it has to be XS for the sake of... Yeah, it will stay. It will stay this size. Cool. So it shrinks and it shrinks and it shrinks. Okay, that's some nice progress. Okay, cool. So that block's responsive pretty fast there. Now I actually want to go to the featured list. And change the column. Like now it's, let's see, now it's column span 10. Let's make that on MD, let's make that full span 10, and let's move quickly back to 8 once we hit. Is that still too big? That is still too big. Let's change it to 6. Better, but a little bit too narrow. Better. Better. And then when we make it smaller. Okay, so this needs to be XL and this needs to be LG. Does this need to be 2XL? No, because now it's... Okay, then we do spawn 8, I guess. Perfect? No. Good? Yes. Again, we might go over this later. What time is it? 5:15. I'm kind of disappointed in how much work we got in today, but then again, we'll probably go faster tomorrow. So it's decided then. I'll probably stream tomorrow as well, just to make more progress on this side. I want to finish the homepage this week and I even want to finish the footer if I can get to it as well. That way next week we can focus on the blog page and the blogs and the Notion integration and get everything live. So I guess the stream schedule will be Friday, Monday, 6 more days. I guess. Yeah, if I'm going to work on the site tomorrow, I will probably be online. I don't know. Are you guys looking at the stream schedule or do you just receive a notification? I never know. I mean, I try to always be online on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. But do I have to send out an announcement if I go live on Monday or I don't know? What's your opinion on that, guys? I just get the notification. Yeah, right. I'll probably do that because I'm thinking about just setting the stream, starting the stream whenever I'm working on something. Just keep those 3 days as, okay, I'm always online on those 3 days. Maybe work on some fun projects. But now that I'm looking at this project, I might go, oh well, if I work on this on Monday, why don't I just start a stream up and see how it goes? But it can be in the morning or it can be in the afternoon. It kind of depends on my schedule on Monday. Because tomorrow also will be a weird day. I don't know. Maybe it allows me to just be a little bit more flexible with my schedule on those 2 days. But glad to know that you just get the notification and that you have notifications enabled. Mwah. Thanks. Okay, that being said, I will probably or most likely be online tomorrow. You will get a notification. And for now, I'm going to call it a day. I think I have to do some groceries. But my mind is just a little foggy right now, so I can work through this, but I don't know. I will have to come up with a better way to take breaks and more of them. Maybe we'll do some Pomodoro things tomorrow or next week. Just to get in some more breaks. Anywho, anyhow, anyway. Thanks everyone for hanging out again today. I don't know, I just really love it that everyone is so active in chat. Just a couple of questions, I don't know. It's nice, it's nice, it's nice. So, I will see everyone tomorrow. If you haven't hit that follow button yet, please do. You will help me out greatly. And if you want to follow any further streams, you will get notified, just like Dragonia. So, that's it for today. And I will see you guys probably tomorrow. See you. Thanks for the follow. I will maybe see you tomorrow as well. Peace.